For some reason, the older you get, the more difficult it is to make friends. And I get it. I mean, life is happening. Building a business, a career, a family becomes the main focus. But even at that, you still need friends, valuable friendships, especially as you get older. Because when life happens, like it usually does, a good friend, and I am not using that word carelessly, I'm using that word with every bit of intention. When life happens, a good friend can be the difference between you giving up and you having the support you need to push through. That is why in today's video, I'll be sharing with you practical tips that will help you begin to build valuable, meaningful friendships that can move from simple friends to sisterhood. Let's get into the video. Hello intentional woman, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ayani May and we are jumping right into the first tip, and that is for you to be open to the possibility of genuine friendships. A lot of women have been hurt in the past. They have been betrayed by friends. They've had to experience drama, jealousy, competition, envy, and all of these things can turn you off female friendships. It is easy to say to yourself, you know what? This is it for me. I don't want to have any female friends. And I get it. It can be painful to be betrayed in that way. Someone once said that friendship breakups can even be more painful than romantic breakups. And if this has ever happened to you, I understand and I empathize. But you cannot allow another human being rob you of the opportunity of experiencing what true friendship is. When I was going through the darkest time of my life, if I did not have my friends, I don't know what would have happened to me. This brand would never have happened. They were my support. They were my rock. So friendships like that are still possible, but you have to open yourself up to it. I had to start here because if you are already closed off from the possibility of friendships, nothing I share in this video will work. So now I'm telling you, you may have been hurt in the past, but it is time to let go of that pain. It is time to talk to God, talk to the universe, whatever higher power you believe in, to heal you, to help you let go of that trauma and to begin to bring women into your circle that are genuine, so you can begin to trust again in the beauty that is genuine friendships. The second is for you to listen to your intuition. Yes, we want to make friends, but we want to be careful of the type of people we invite into our lives. We do not want any nastiness around us. You know how sometimes you meet somebody and they haven't done anything wrong to you, but you are instantly irritated by their presence. Your spirit feels weird about them. If this has ever happened to you, please leave a comment. In the past, when this would happen to me, I used to think there was something wrong with me. But then I noticed the pattern. Every time I felt that way about somebody and I forced myself to be friends with them, I always ended up regretting it. It has happened over and over and over. So anytime I am with somebody and I feel that way about them, I keep my distance, because I've learned that that is your subconscious trying to protect you from something that it has instinctively sensed in the other person. Listen to your intuition, that gut feeling that is telling you something is wrong with this person before they even show you their true colors. When you are out and about socializing, pay attention to the energy and the vibe you're getting from the other person. I am telling you, it is one of the best ways you can decide who will be your friend, because you really don't know people as much. And if you feel this way about somebody, yet they try to force themselves on you, they try to force that friendship, by all means, my darling, run. Number 3, polish your networking and communication skills, aka your social skills. There's no other way of making friends than learning how to talk to people. You have to talk to people. You have to learn how to strike up a conversation with someone. You have to learn how to introduce yourself in an interesting way. You have to socialize. I am forever grateful for this journey, this level of elegance, intentional journey, because it has built certain skills in me. Before now, I didn't have any networking skills. I didn't have any communication skills. I was just going around doing what I could.
Oh, hi.
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 Hi?
But now I cannot tell you how satisfying and amazing it is for me to go to an event and I'm able to make meaningful connections. You have to learn, even if you are an introvert. As long as you have set the intention to start making friends and building a genuine friendship circle, you have to learn. And I'll share with you a simple tip that you can use. So one of the easiest ways to strike up a conversation with a complete stranger is to pay them a compliment. But this is where some people miss it. They pay a compliment in a way that doesn't really evoke a conversation. Let's say you're seated at a conference and there's a woman seated beside you. Her shoes look really pretty. You're simply saying to her, "I love your shoes." We will not start a conversation. So she will just say thank you and that'll be the end of that conversation. So instead of just paying that kind of compliment, you want to look at her shoes and then smile and tell her, "I love your shoes. And I'm so glad that you're seated beside me because I work a 9-to-5 job and I have been looking for a vendor that sells these types of shoes. Please tell me that you can connect me with the person." Everything being equal, she will likely say, "Of course, this is their page on Instagram or this is their website." And you can go, "Oh my God, I didn't even ask. What's your name?" She'll tell you her name, you tell her your name, and you start to have a conversation. It can be that easy sometimes. We are the ones who overthink these things. We think we have to compose a long line of what to say to the person, when a simple compliment can work just fine. It is called small talk. There's a book called How to Talk to Anyone. I'll leave a picture in the video so you see what the cover looks like. Get that book. Please read it thoroughly. And to even help you further, I'm going to leave a link to one of my videos where I share tips on how to talk to anyone. You want to watch that video so you can learn certain practical tips that will help you improve your social skills. Number 4, be approachable. As much as you're learning how to talk to people, you also have to become the kind of person that others can approach without fear. And the main thing that usually decides this is your body language. If your body language and sometimes tone is standoffish, defensive, condescending, prideful, arrogant, my darling, nobody will approach you. You cannot be the person always approaching others and starting friendships. When I was discussing this video idea with my younger sister, she shared her experience with me. She told me a few months ago she was invited to a birthday party, and as she was getting ready to go to that party, she just kept thinking to herself, "I don't want anybody to talk to me. I want to get there, do my part, and leave as quickly as possible." And guess what? When she got there, outside the celebrant, nobody talked to her because I'm sure her body language had that "do not approach" stamp on it. We all know that when you think something in your head, it sometimes shows up in your body. So nobody approached her. And then a few weeks after that, she got invited to another event. According to her, when that invite came, she just thought to herself, "I want to make friends. I want to meet new people." And when she got to that party, she said people approached her, paying her compliments, talking to her. She was amazed. That's how it is. If you decide that you want to be more approachable, if you decide that as you're going to a particular party or event or conference, you want to meet people, your overall energy and aura is going to communicate that openness. It is going to say, "Approach me. I am in the mind frame to meet people. I am ready to make friends." You cannot say you want to make friends and then you turn around and make it difficult for people to approach you. Resting bee face is real. I am speaking from experience because before now, I was so unapproachable, always frowning to the extent that a former neighbor, I've shared it on this channel before, a woman at that matter, called me and asked me if I was okay. That why am I always frowning? She has never seen me smile. And that was when I realized something had to be done. So my darling, take stock of what's making you unapproachable. Is it that you're always frowning? Is it your body language? And then begin to work on it, okay? Because a friendly demeanor, an open and positive body language will make it so easy for people to approach you and want to be your friend. So far, we've covered being open to genuine friendships, listening to your intuition, polishing your social skills, and being approachable. Next up, engage in social activities. You cannot make friends from the comfort of your home. Okay, maybe you can, especially in this age of social media, but eventually, if you want a genuine friendship, you will have to meet them. So you have to put yourself out there. You have to actively search out social activities that you can attend. That is why we went through tips 1 to 4 to prepare you for when you go to such events. And don't complicate it or overthink it. It doesn't have to be something elaborate or some very expensive event. It can be as simple as joining a gym. You can meet amazing people there, or a book club. It can be registering for a workshop. All these are social gatherings, social events that can lead to you meeting people with similar interests. Remember to also leverage technology. Join online communities. Begin to meet people there. You have to be proactive and intentional about making friends. And don't limit yourself to only one social circle or one type of person. Diversify. Network and socialize with people that have different interests than you. It can be interesting meeting different types of people, different backgrounds, race, gender, ethnic group. I have a video on this channel where I talk about solo date ideas. I'll leave the link somewhere here for you to watch, because that video will give you detailed ideas of places you can go to meet people. Number 6, invest your time. It is not just about meeting people. Meeting people can be really easy. It is investing that time and building that relationship. That's where the work is. That is where a lot of people give up and they just say, you know what, I don't have the time or energy for this. So don't be the person who goes out, meet new people, exchange contacts, and then you completely forget about them. It doesn't work that way. Following up is key to building a relationship. If you go out to an event today and you meet somebody, then by tomorrow or next, you have to send them a message. You have to say, oh, it was wonderful meeting you. I would like for us to connect some other time. You have to do that. Before I started being intentional about networking, this was where the problem was for me. This was the main issue. But then I decided to do something. And what I did was I picked out a day of the week and I made sure that on that particular day, I reach out to people that I'm hoping to build relationships with. And I'm telling you, it works. So you can do the same thing. And if they are proactive about following up with you and they invite you out, you have to make yourself available. And if you have an event that you think it's something they would be interested in, invite them along. When you do this, you are creating opportunities for both of you to bond and get to know each other better. A few months ago, a lady in the community was complaining about how she doesn't have any friends, and I introduced her to somebody. Then when I followed up with her a few weeks later, she said, oh yeah, the person invited her out, but she didn't want to go. She didn't feel like going. And I just shook my head because you're not ready. So ladies, have that at the back of your mind. Understand that for you to build meaningful, valuable friendships, you have to invest something of yourself into those friendships. You have to invest your time. That's the basic thing that you can offer somebody at the beginning of a friendship. Number 7, add value. We often think that adding value means it has to be something massive, something big. Not at all. Trust me, the little things matter. Imagine meeting somebody today and you're having a conversation with them and they tell you that their birthday is in a few days. And on that day, you send them a happy birthday message. You think they will not appreciate it? Of course they will. The first thing that would come to their head is that you are a kind and thoughtful person. One of the easiest ways that you can add value to people's lives is to pay attention when you're having conversations with them. Oftentimes, people are sharing tidbits about themselves that create opportunities for you to come in and add value. If you're talking to somebody and they say they have a job interview, follow up and find out how it went. If you're talking to somebody and they say they are planning an event, follow up and ask how it went. You may think that doing that is too small, it won't make any difference, but I promise you it does. One of the ways I nurture my friendships is by sending videos to my friends. So if I come across a video on social media and I think somebody in my circle would benefit from that video, I send it to them. It could be something that would help with their career or their business. So when you meet somebody new, just do that. Oh, this video made me think of you. I remember you mentioned that you have an event coming up, and coincidentally, I just saw this video with these amazing tips and I thought maybe it could be useful to you. That gesture is so simple, but yet so powerful. And I have to add that the only way you can be genuinely value added to another person is when your intentions are clean. If you're building a friendship with somebody because of what you want to get from them, that's a parasitic friendship, because all you're concerned with is what you can get from the other person. And people are sensitive to things like that. Don't you know when somebody is trying to play certain games with you so they can get what they want from you? I'm sure you know. So why do you think the other person wouldn't know? You have to be genuinely interested in being this person's friend. It has to go beyond what they can do for you. Yes, friendships should be value added on both ends, but it doesn't have to be the first thing that you put at the forefront of your mind as you're trying to build friendships. As Apostle Joshua Selman said, relationships must not be equally beneficial, but they must be mutually beneficial. So find ways to add value when you meet a new person. And to wrap up the video, remember that genuine friendships take time. If you meet somebody today and you start doing too much, you start to force yourself on them and you go all out. In your head, you may think that's the best way to build a friendship with that person, but what you're doing is making them suspicious, because people are really careful about who they bring into their circle now. You see what's happening on social media. My friends who have become sisters to me were friendships that took years to build. My best friend right now is somebody I've known from university, but back then we were not close. We knew of each other, but we were not talking to each other as much. And then when we came to Lagos, we reconnected, and right now I cannot imagine my life without her in it. So allow things happen naturally. If you meet somebody and they don't want to be your friend, don't force it. Let it go. Because the beautiful thing is, when you meet somebody who genuinely wants to be your friend, everything will happen with so much ease and you will enjoy the process. And always remember to pray about your friendships. Ask God to lead you to the right people. Ask God to remove any friend that is a wolf in sheep's clothing from your life and bring in genuine people into your life. And that's it for today's video. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them with me in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because on this channel, I create content that will help you become a better version of yourself, one video at a time. Trust me, you will love it here. As always, be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.